It started with the announcement that it appears that YoungBoy was freed from federal jail and placed in a halfway residence or is en route there. I'll confirm soon. It was ultimately established that he was now home, which confused the rappers. YoungBoy is working with the feds, remarked the renowned Richard No Jumper announced, and this came. This is the third time in 4 years that a YoungBoy has been released on new charges against King David. Read an Instagram post. 10 months of a 23-month sentence cannot be served. For a firearm charge, my initial offer was 5 years. Fans showed this footage of the small child just moving around in prison, which is probably why he was imprisoned. Without a doubt, the tiny child was with the police. I believe at the time the energy and the current state of affairs make it look a bit too convenient, but this tweet that was included with the video read honestly. People have played both sides of this game before, and you never really know who is working with whom or who has access to everything. But YoungBoy's odd FaceTime appearance with Aiden Ross after he arrived home only served to confirm that YoungBoy had sniped. It is important to go back to the times when YoungBoy was set free. Free Young, shouted supporters during the Zoom call when YoungBoy appeared in court.
Free YB, man. Free YB.
Everyone needs to stay muted. Okay.
Sure. Free YB.
All right. Mr. Golden's case has already been called. He's done with court today. For those of you interested, everyone keep yourselves muted.
Free YB. Free YB.
A moment later, YoungBoy came in, laughing and smiling, having just heard his fans applauding. It's possible that YoungBoy will wind up back behind bars. According to the court paperwork describing his discharge, on March 10, 2021, YoungBoy was arrested and charged with possessing a handgun by a convicted felon and possessing an unregistered firearm because YoungBoy was seen dancing on a car's hood during a music video shoot while loud music was playing. A neighbor was frightened that he was in a new neighborhood and called the police. She claimed that cops stopped YoungBoy and took him into custody when they saw many males dancing while brandishing guns.
So yesterday at court, the body cam footage of the officer who put the cuffs on YoungBoy back in September during that music video, the cop comes right up to him, whatever, he puts the cuffs on him. And then YoungBoy's reaction is kind of hilarious. I thought it might be interesting for y'all. He was like, yo, big dog, man, what you doing, man? Why you putting these cuffs on me? That's what he was calling the cop. He was calling the cop big dog. He's like, big dog, you up right now. I didn't do nothing. You could search me. I got nothing on me. Cop doesn't listen. Cop puts him in and the whole time YoungBoy's like, yo, man, what you doing, man? Big dog, why? And it really goes to show you a lot about this case. YoungBoy didn't think he did anything wrong. He didn't think that they were gonna go and start taking footage from music videos and said, you held in a music video and you're a felon and that's a federal felony and you're gonna face 3 to 5 years. No, and it really shows you that these federal laws, as applied to kids like NBA YoungBoy from the hood, are extremely unfair and extremely punitive, and we need to take a good, long look on what's going on there.
When YoungBoy was being handcuffed, his videographer attempted to cut out the music video footage since he knew the boy couldn't be seen with a gun. But before it could be taken out, the police confiscated the camera, so the feds had video of YoungBoy trying to seize a pistol. When it was known that YoungBoy had lost his appeal with the federal government and that prosecutors could now use the video of him brandishing a gun to convict him, his lawyer's contention that the police had unlawfully obtained the camera to clear him of the firearm possession charge was unsuccessful in court.
Update on NBA YoungBoy, he lost the appeal with the federal appeals court. He can take it up to the Supreme Court. What happened? So the federal judge, the lower court, ruled in his favor. She said that the video of him holding what looks like to be a is suppressed. It can't be used at trial against him. The way you guys obtained it, you violated his constitutional rights. Now, the government went to the Fifth Circuit United States Court of Appeals. The Fifth Circuit said, you know what, we have a different decision, and we're going to say that the government can use that evidence. It is going to be allowed in the case.
Before YoungBoy's formal sentencing, the judge allegedly wrote him a complimentary message wishing him well upon his release from prison and explaining how his addiction had deprived him of his skill and potential. YoungBoy understood that he needed to sign a plea agreement because things weren't going his way.
Mr. Golden, I've seen so many times that good men and women who have a lot of talent and potential, that they can be robbed of that potential when they start to really struggle with their. So I don't want that for you. You seem like a very talented young man. I'm hoping in your future that once you're done with your federal prison time, that you can be really successful on federal probation and have a really bright future where you can reach your full potential in every aspect of your life. Best of luck to you, Mr. Golden.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have, if I could excuse
You may.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you all.
The little boy's lawyer later said, "I wrapped up YoungBoy's case. He got 23 months. However, it didn't seem that way when he was given a 23-month prison sentence for his crimes. Nevertheless, because we handled it with credit on another Louisiana case, it should be available in 3 or 4 months, which originally scheduled his release for July. His release was accelerated by jail congestion, though, as Rich the Kid said in a March 3rd interview with academics that YoungBoy will be released soon."
Drake YB Dirt right now. And I ain't gonna lie to you, because I was even looking at my Spotify like recap. Yo, I think hip hop is like YB has to stay out of jail. Yo, we're thirsty for his. There's a it's more music with him. Wait on it.
YoungBoy's freedom won't last long, though. In a desperate attempt to keep YoungBoy behind bars, the government brought up the death of JayDaYoungan because both of them were from Louisiana. Jay, with whom he had long wanted to work, praised YoungBoy in this interview.
Me and YoungBoy, soon we will be making music together. I'm a fan of YoungBoy music. Yeah, we gonna collaborate pretty soon and put on for our state, because when we do, I feel like that's just gonna be one of the hardest collaborations ever.
They had a falling out after Jay shared a video of an unreleased YoungBoy song. In the comments, he responded to Jay, saying, "Delete now. I'm not even sure how you got my song. That's not how I play around." Jay, on the other hand, defended himself and said he would not put up with disrespect.
I'm a real and I stand on everything, you hear me? Ain't no gonna play with me, ain't gonna disrespect me.
Jay's rap song 38K even went so far as to criticize YoungBoy. "Everyone laughed when you commented on my post, but I found it funny when your baby mom was on me and there were images of Jay." In return, little boy spends time with his baby mama. Although YoungBoy made an inadequate attempt to catch Jay on the streets, it is unclear if he was ultimately responsible for Jay's murder.
You be hiding. We real headhunters, man. Come on, man. Open their mouth, came to what they was, man. Oh.
It becomes risky, though, when you add this to YoungBoy's other pending case. He was wanted after he missed a court date in an out-of-state matter, leading to additional accusations. The FBI got engaged as a result and staked out his home in Louisiana. Several years ago, YoungBoy climbed into his vehicle and drove away. The FBI pursued him at high speed after he got onto the highway. YoungBoy first complied with the FBI's order to halt, but as the agent exited the vehicle behind him, he parked his vehicle in put it back in gear and drove it fast down the freeway. Following his escape down the highway, he ran into traffic and fled to the regular streets. YoungBoy was wearing luxury clothes, so it was terrible for him when the feds got out of his car and started a foot pursuit after he had lost consciousness. The strange thing is that as the police were pursuing YoungBoy, he raced through a fan's backyard wearing thin jeans, shoes, a jacket, and some chains. He was seen running away from the cop while the fan pushed him to run more quickly. A squad car picked up YoungBoy shortly after the police swerved him in.
You know, talk to us, tell us what happened or
As soon as we're done with everything, we'll take off the handcuffs, okay?
I don't have a statement. I don't want to be detained in these handcuffs like this. I'm probably, if I haven't committed a crime or done nothing.
Okay. All right, give us a second, okay?
no one decision.
Hey, gentlemen.
So, you know, any statement, any voluntary statement?
No, sir. Mr. Martinez, I don't want to give a statement. I don't want to be.
In addition to several other serious offenses, YoungBoy was also charged with resisting arrest and speeding. Although the judge wasn't being fair to him, he was fortunate to have the best lawyers, and was because of his millions of dollars.
for YoungBoy out of California is a $540,000 bond. He put up $500,000 in cash. In addition, he put up as collateral 2 properties worth in excess of $1.5 million, and he has to wear an ankle monitor. However, he's not going to be on house arrest. According to the bond set by the California judge, he simply has to wear the ankle monitor but is otherwise free to travel. Given that the California judge found that these circumstances are sufficient for a YoungBoy, why would a Louisiana judge find any differently? The Louisiana judge is looking at the same facts, he's looking at the same charges, and he's making a decision under the exact same federal law. Sure, it's a different court and a different circuit, and the way the laws are applied varies somewhat. It shouldn't vary a lot. If this California judge said, hey, this much money and these restrictions are good, it would be very, very weird for a Louisiana judge to say, oh no amount of money and no restrictions. That would be very uncommon.
In the Guns case, YoungBoy only received a plea deal for 23 months, despite having a lengthy criminal past, which is why many people on the internet believe he may have snitched on others. It's imperative that YoungBoy restrains himself, though, since if he resumes his old ways, he won't be free for long. Prosecutors don't like it when rappers beat their case because they enjoy criticizing them. YoungBoy continues in the same direction, singing lines that implicate himself and arguing with other rappers. Eventually, you'll end up behind bars again. In addition to JayDaYoungan, YoungBoy also accomplished this with NLE. Despite being a fan of YoungBoy's in the past, Cho was angry with him since Cho had supported YoungBoy with the song Free YoungBoy. Cho, however, had a different perspective of YoungBoy after hearing him criticize Vaughn following. He was able to pass because he published the song Bring the Hook in 2022. The rap industry responded with the tweet, YoungBoy is on demon time right now, and he is dropping another whole tape. When Lil Reese responded, that ain't no demon time, he just rapping like the rest of these rappers all rap. Cho was spotted standing next to Reese and F. Using the phrase, I stamp that. If we sent you to God for siding with me in my conflict with those lads after Cho claimed that the young kid became angry and rapped at her, I'm willing to wager that your mother would be distraught. I might claim to have witnessed it. You could claim that I was your favorite. Cho then went on the Scholarly podcast to discuss his decision to switch sides.
He's not able to defend his name, bro, and it be a lot going on within his name about him when, to me, bro, he a real stand-up dude, and it was just unfortunate how it happened. Like, he came to a person as a man.
On YoungBoy, he even said, YoungBoy needs to be more careful. He is highly regarded by many. His example needs to be improved. He must avoid trouble and concentrate on his music. Nevertheless, the feud was finally put to an end in an interview with DJ Vlad.
When you heard that, what'd you think?
It was funny to me. I feel like, it's not serious when it hit the net. It's funny. It's just entertainment to me.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. Good song. Nice bars.